Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Sohum Reactions. Today I'll be listening to Diana Ross's performance of her song Home. This was back in 1979, in Las Vegas. I expect Diana Ross to kill it as she always does. She is such a vocal force, and anytime you just get to watch her perform, watch her emotions in her face, it's to die for. She is literally such a human performer, and that's what I love about people who really just like tap into who they are and channel that energy into their performance, because it's not good enough to just be one of the best vocalists. In my opinion, if you're just good technically, yeah, you're going to impress me, but are you going to move me? And Diana Ross, time and time again, she moves us, and I think that's one of the reasons why she gets requested as often that she does on this channel. So, super excited to jump into this today. But before we do, a massive thank you goes to David for making this Diana Ross reaction request. Now, my friends, let's jump into it.
I will survive. Those are nice ones. This one, believe in yourself, and there's no place like home. My song's from The Wiz. When I think of home, I think of a place where there's love overflowing. I wish I was home. I wish I was back there with her.
I swear, just looking at her face while she sings as beautifully as she does brings tears to my eyes.
I was home. I wish I was back there with her. Things I've been knowing, when that makes the tall trees bend into leaning. Suddenly the raindrops that fall have a meaning, sprinkling the scene.
Oh, I love that.
Makes it all
delivery.
Suddenly my world's gone and changed its face, but I still know where I'm going. I have had my mind spun around in space, and yet I've watched it growing. And if you're listening, God, please don't make it hard to know if we should believe the things that we see. Tell us, should we run away? Should we try and stay, or would it be better just to let things be? Living here in this brand new world might be a fantasy, but it taught me to love. So it's real to me. I know that we must look inside hard to find a world
0 to 100. It was such, oh god, we have to run it back because it was too short. It was such a quick blast of energy, like the ramping up from where we started in that more reserved, hushed place, then her voice slowly started to pick up momentum, and at some point the snowball became unstoppable because all of the instrumentation around her got so loud, matching her energy and giving us that climactic send-off. And I'll be honest, at the beginning, I was able to detect what she was singing about and the lyrics. Towards the end, when everything was getting as loud as it was and my brain was being blown, some of my perception of the lyrics dropped off. So as we listen to this, I'm going to pull up the lyrics on the side, and we'll discuss what this one's about. But that was just an insane come-up. Jesus, Diana.
I will survive. Those are nice ones. This one, believe in yourself, and there's no place like home.
I should have had my heart monitor on for this. I felt the
When I think
beating.
of home, I think of a place where there's love overflowing.
Yeah. absolutely.
I wish I was home. I wish I was back there with her.
The thing is, everywhere can
Things
be our
I've
home.
been knowing.
We can always be loved. We can always be more
When that
loving.
makes the tall trees bend into leaning. Suddenly the raindrops that fall have a meaning. Sprinkling the scene makes it all clean.
Yeah, rain, water, showering, being washed away. Those are all used symbolically to kind of indicate a cleansing. That's why baptisms are a very literal version of, I guess, spiritual cleansing. Notice in a lot of film, anytime there's a raining scene, oftentimes like in a romantic movie, for example, the two individuals in that couple, they will like be at their most tumultuous in their relationship, and the rain is downpouring, and everything feels like it's at its worst. But that is also like the apex moment where things take a turn, and then the next day, well, they realize that they actually love and care for each other, and now they bridge the gap. And usually the next day is very bright and sunny. You don't necessarily have to conflate like rain always with cleansing and always with like something being truly terrible, because we can see the beauty in rain as well. But just something to pay note of when you watch your next movie or listen to your next song that includes lyrics about rain.
Makes it all clean. Suddenly my world's gone and changed its face, but I still know where I'm going. I have had my mind spun around in space, and yet I've watched it growing. And if you're listening, God, please don't make it hard to know if we should believe the things that we see. Tell us, should we run away? Should we try and stay? Or would it be better just to let things be? Living here in this brand new world might be a fantasy.
The ideal utopia, the world that we strive for, right? Right here, inside our hearts. Yeah. That's what it's all about, man. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. And we need more singers, more songs that are like this, that are just a complete outpouring for the need for love in our world and for making everywhere a home. That is what this song kind of means to me. It's not the search for home, it's the creation of home wherever we are. Because, you know, houses exist everywhere, to paint that separate analogy, but homes, they're carefully curated, they're given tender love and care, they're given this attention that is unmistakable, and you know when effort has been given to something really in general in life. And why wouldn't you want to give the most effort you can to the world? We don't have to go through this world completely nonchalantly. Let's be a little bit more chalant. Let's be so gung-ho about making this world a better place that momentum fuels itself. Similar to how this song snowballed and became an unstoppable powerhouse towards the end, that same thing can happen. Success breeds success. Love begets love. The same way violence begets violence, hate begets hate. It's all a momentum thing, and the pendulum does swing back and forth, but my hope with my time on this earth, with this role that this channel plays, is to somewhat move the needle towards people being more peaceful, loving, and positive, and making this world a better place, even if it's in a very small way, because I promise every small thing that we do for ourselves that's more loving, that propagates outwards. And if enough of us do a lot of small things for ourselves and for the world at large, I truly believe we will see a far better world within a month's time, within a week's time. It literally can change on the, at the what's that expression? The drop of a dime? The flip of a coin? I don't know. Things can move very, very quickly if we allow them to, but sometimes we get in our own ways and we kind of stay stuck in that place that, continues these problematic cycles. Instead, let's shift our focus to what we can control, and a lot of our own perspectives that feel like that feel impossible to move, they aren't necessarily ours to begin with. Either they were given to us or we learned through a maladaptive process that actually isn't who we are. Who we are at our core are loving people. We aren't born with sin. We are born with love and innocence and curiosity, and these are things that I feel like, unfortunately, we are forced to have to relearn given the place that we are societally, but it is definitely worth getting back there. There's one last thing I wanted to talk about lyrically. This line, if you're listening to God, or if you're listening, God, please don't make it hard to know if we should believe in the things that we see. Tell us, should we run away, should we try and stay, or would it be better just to let things be? Now, for me, I am not a very religious person, but I would say, a more spiritual person, and I definitely try to ground myself in human values to the best extent that I can. But my sort of take on those sets of lyrics is that Diana is literally pleading with God to make the path easier, and the thing is, I don't know if it should be easy or if it is easy at all. I think maybe the best things in life are the hardest to achieve but are worthwhile, and it may be difficult in general. I don't know if I'm properly articulating that. If you're listening, God, please don't make it hard to know. We should believe in the things that we see. Tell us, should we run away? Should we try and stay? Or would it be better just to let things be? But we do search for answers a lot, and we look to God for those answers. And so if that clarity is provided, then that gives us confidence in the steps that we take. But also, because there is so much uncertainty in this world, there's even mixed messaging on what God's will is and how we ought to follow that message. And you can see so many wars historically, and even now in the present, are caused because of our inability to agree on what God's message is. So I feel like you can abstract even away from the idea of God and say, hey, things may be uncertain, and that's okay. Just because we don't know the exact answers doesn't change our intention as to where we would like this world to go. So you see my point? We can be uncertain about whether our strategy will work optimally, but the way we move society forward is through iteration. It is not through seeking a perfect answer that is given to us on a silver platter. Progress is messy. It is often not linear. We can regress, and then again the pendulum may swing back forward, back into the light. And I feel like the trajectory that maybe we should expect or ought to look for is one that brings us 3 steps forward and 1 step back, and then we keep progressing in that way. So yeah, let me know what your guys' thoughts are on this track today, on Diana Ross, on really anything you would like me to know, but I really appreciate you sticking with me up until this point. I super hope you enjoyed this reaction. If you did and would like to request more Diana Ross, or really anybody else for that matter, you can do so by using the first link in the description box below. But thank you all for watching. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Take care and peace.